And welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to apply LanczosResample effect to a live video recording in Flutter Android application using Media3 as well as CameraX. So let's get started. Now, to be honest with you, even I don't completely understand the LanczosResample effect, but what I know is that it is an effect which helps us to do better image processing. Given that all videos are made of images, so it can help us to do that as well. But yeah, that's all I know of, and there are few caveats which you need to know before you follow this tutorial. Firstly, you need to use at least Flutter 3.32.0 or higher, otherwise you will face lot of Gradle issue when you try to run the application. Second is you need to understand that all the camera code of live video recording as well as the LanczosResample, I have written it via native code, so I am not using any third-party library. And third is, when I save the video, it is saved to external storage, so you can play it with your video player app as well. But when I try to send the URL to the video player package which I am using inside our Flutter application, it is not able to play it, so I am not able to understand why. So if you know, do let me know in the comments what am I doing wrong. So first let's get started. So this is our main.dart. Here I have imported dart.io. Then I have imported this my camera view, which is a custom file, dart file I have created, and this is my project name, so you'll have to replace with your own project name. Here is material as well as services. Now this is boilerplate code which is present by default, so I have not changed it anything. Next, here is our homepage widget. So it is a stateful widget, as you can see. Then over here we are only interested in Android, so I have only, so by default Android is false, rest everything is true because this is only for Flutter Android. Then here is our camera permission. Then inside the init state, if platform is Android, then we just call the get camera permission. So inside get camera permission we invoke a method called get camera permission. So a string with same name, this name needs to be defined on native Android side as well. And if the result is true, then we just make this as true, and if this is true, then we display the camera view, else we display this give camera permission. Okay, now if you see this camera view, firstly inside your pubspec.yaml you need to add video player as well as GUI. Then inside my camera view.dart you need to import dart.io, Flutter material, Flutter services, video player as well as GUI. And here is our stateful widget. Here we have a method channel called camera view. Then here we have this video URL which is empty at the start. Then we get hold of our video controller as well as GUI controller. Then we have this creation params as well, which we are not really using it. Then here inside dispose, we dispose our controller as well as GUI controller. Then here if platform is Android and video has already been captured, that means this is not equal to null. Then we just display the video player with the help of GUI by passing in the aspect ratio as well as container. Else we display the Android view, which will display the live camera preview with the record video button. And for all other platform we just display this placeholder. Okay, then here we have this on platform view created callback. So here we just pass the handle method to this. So here we have this case called send from native. So here we get the URL of the saved video. Then inside set state we just initialize our video player controller. We add a listener to it as well. We set the looping to true. We initialize this as well. Here is our GUI controller as well. And here we get our text which we send to our video URL. But like I said, I'm not able to play this video, and this is the error which I'm getting. So if you know anything about it, do let me know in the comments. Then you need to go to the Android folder, go to app, go to build.gradle.kts, and inside dependency you need to add camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, camera video, then CameraX, Media3 effect which is still in alpha at the time of me recording this, then Media3 effect as well as constraint layout. And then inside Android manifest.xml add this uses feature of Android hardware camera, camera permission, write external storage permission as well as record audio permission. Then go to main activity.kt. Here you need to add all this imports. Then here inside this variable we take the camera as well as record audio, and if Android version less than equal to p, we also pass the write external storage permission. Then we have this method channel result. Here we override on request permission result, and if request code is equal to request code permission, if all permissions are granted, then we send back as true, else we send back as false. And here we have this all permissions granted. So if required permissions dot all, then we just do context compact dot check self permission. Here we override configure Flutter engine. So we just do Flutter engine dot platform views controller by passing the register view factory, and here is our my camera view factory as well, which is a Kotlin file I will show you shortly. Then here we have a method channel where which we pass the camera permission, and if call dot method equal to get camera permission, then we just do activity compact dot request permission context as Flutter activity, and else we say result not implemented. Now coming back to this register view factory. So this is the my camera view factory. So you need to create a Kotlin file called my camera view factory. Now this should be your own package name, which you can see inside your main activity over here. Don't copy my package name. Rest everything you can just copy paste it. This is boilerplate code which is present by default, and you have to write this every single time you want to embed a native Android view inside your Flutter application. So here you can see that we are initializing another Kotlin file called my camera view. So let's go into that. So here you can see again the same package name. Now there are a lot of imports over here. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which I have. Then here is our video capture recorder, here is our recording, here is our process camera provider, here is our camera executor service. Here we initialize constraint layout, then our preview view as well as our button. Then here is our method channel as well. Then here we initialize file name format. Then here we initialize our layout params, we set it to our constraint layout. Then here we have this preview viewfinder as well, which is the camera preview. So we constrain it to all sides of the screen, and from the bottom we leave a margin of 200. So here we have our button as well, which we constrain it to the bottom of the screen. We add a click listener to our button, so we just call capture video. Then here is our setup camera as well, which we pass start camera, in which we call start camera, as well as we initialize our camera executor. Here is our capture video as well, which we get over here, and if button dot is unable equal to false, then we get hold of our recording. If it is not equal to null, we stop our recording, we make it as null. Here is our simple date format as well. Then we use content values by passing the display name, MIME type, and Android version greater than P. We also set the relative path. Then here we initialize our media store output options. Then we initialize our recording and check whether audio permission was given or not. Then we start our recording, and once it is started, we just change the text of our button as well as is unable to true. And here we have this finalize, and if it does not have any error, then we just get the URI of the saved video, and here we just do toast.make text. Then here we pass the URI to this copy video to app cache. Here we invoke a method called send from native, which will help us to send the path of the saved video back to Flutter side. But like I said, this is not really working for me, I don't know why. Then here we shut down our camera executor, we unbind our camera provider, we stop our recording, we make it as null, and here we just change the text of our button to start as well as is unable to true. Then here we have this method called copy video to app cache as well. Then here we have start camera, where we do process camera provider dot get instance. Then we do camera provider future dot get. Here we initialize our camera provider. Here is our preview view as well. Then here we initialize our recorder, set quality selector as well. Then we do video capture dot with output, passing in our recorder. Here we get hold of our default back camera, we initialize our use case group builder, we initialize our Media3 effect. Here you can see I am using the LanczosResample. You can change this value to whatever you feel like. Then we add the Media3 effect to our use case group builder, unbind our camera provider, bind it to the life cycle. Then we override get view, returning our constraint layout, override dispose, where we shut down our camera executor. Now let's look at the output. Here is the output. Now the output is little bit finicky, so I have just recorded the output, so I'll just show it to you. So first I'm giving camera permission, again I'm giving record audio permission, and here you can see this is the LanczosResample. Now like I said, you can play around with this value. It is looking more like a Gaussian blur to me, but the problem is, if you see go to build.gradle.kts, here you can see this is still in alpha version, so I'm getting terrible performance on LanczosResample. Hopefully once this becomes stable, you will get better performance. But here you can see I'm recording the video. Now I'll click on stop. Once I click on stop, it should have displayed the video player, right? But it is not displaying it for me, I don't know why. So I'll just fast forward it. Here you can see I have just stopped it, but it is still not displaying. I have tried it one more time. Here you can see I've clicked on stop. Now I start, then I'll click on stop as well again. Still it is not displaying. I think this is because of the performance issues of LanczosResample. Now what I did was I just completely closed the app. As you can see over here, I reopened the app and I just clicked on record video again, and then I stopped it immediately after a few seconds, because this was all. Now here you can see, now the video player is not playing the video, but like I said, it is displaying a toast message with the video URL. Now if I go to the files app and go to the videos, here you can see I'm able to see the videos. So hopefully you got the point. I know the output is little bit finicky, but it is what it is, given that this is still in alpha. And the video player thing, I'm not able to figure it out, because I'm able to play the video through an external video player as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.